Hello everybody and welcome back to episode, what is this, 19 of Oxygen Not Included, our Let's Play of the Quality of Life upgrade. Things going pretty smooth, I have to say. Oxygen still holding pretty well. We're going to need to do a little bit more work on that. Chugging along at all this research, we're just going down the list at this point. We've got our new farms set up. They'll crank out some more mealwood for us. And getting work done on this area over here where we're going to set up our electrolyzers and take advantage of finally these cool slush geysers. Got some pumps set up. We're going to use the hot oxygen coming off the electrolyzers to kind of warm up this area a little bit and cool off the oxygen. Get a little bit of 2-for-1 there. We do want this chlorine out of our base at some point. This is a little annoying. I think one of the easiest ways is actually just to dig through here and try and get some of this oxygen to take over here. This we can deconstruct. That's done. We're kind of running out of clean water, so maybe starting up these farms is going to cause that to be a little bit quicker of a problem. Insufficient resources, clay. Oh man, we are out of clay. Alright. Well, let's dig out somewhere we can find it. I do want more... Yeah, I do want a lot more ceramic for insulating our base. That's going to take some more work here. But not too much, because each of these blocks is going to have a good amount of clay in it. So I'm not too worried about that. Let's get sort of some scaffolding here with igneous rock. That's fine. That'll allow us to mine out the rest of this clay. We do want that ceramic. Another job mastered, is that what I hear? Lindsay, you finally got done with your cooking. Great. I don't need you to be a chef. And let's just put you on research assistant so you can get more skill acquisition. Seems like a plan to me. Dismiss those messages. Yeah, we'll dig out through here, and this ought to help this chlorine just fall down. We kind of got what we eventually wanted, which is the chlorine to be all in this biome to keep this disinfected. But unfortunately, we did build our kilns down here when the chlorine was down there, and it's since moved. So we're kind of struggling a little bit with that. This is all going pretty well, though. What else do we need to change? Let's dig out this. I think that this is going to be the bottom line of our facility here. So this insulated tile we are going to make igneous is probably fine. That should work. And we'll just have this be sort of extra airspace for the oxygen to go into. Yeah, I think that works. I'm still going to keep it. If I'm having all this area be here, I don't need... Okay. This gets deconstructed. We know this is all going to be ceramic wall, ultimately. Get this built. Alright. Dig out this area as well. There is so much oxygen up here. This is almost to the point where it's going to pop eardrums. This is not going to be pleasant. Maybe it's time we just actually close this loop over here. That is not a bad idea. Jobs mastered, huh? Nicola. Would you like to work towards being a scientist now? Get that extra skill acquisition. Alright. Let's get rid of this. Deconstruct these. We will build a ladder. Might as well make it out of granite. This will probably be a permanent ladder. Like so. We're almost done. Almost ready for this. Deconstruct this. Base, tile. Doesn't really matter what we make this out of, I suppose. Igneous rock is fine. Do this. We're going to set up our hydrogen generator right here. Power hydrogen generator. We'll make it out of gold amalgam just in case. I don't think we need to, but I think we might as well. Farms are going okay-ish now. We just don't want them really on this cusp of, right? Because they end up just getting losses of air pressure, even though there's plenty of air. It's just that these little light pressure pockets come through and disrupt them. Let's dig this out here. Get the algae terrariums ready and raring again. Okay. Let's work a little bit more on planning out this area now. So, deconstruct this, deconstruct this. Now I think for oxygen we are going to set up our electrolyzer, something right here is fine. Now while we're at it, let's just actually set it up right here. Do we? What do we want the plumbing to be? So insulated liquid pipe, it's going to come down. We want an electrolyzer. Set this to plumbing overlay. I think an electrolyzer right here is fine. It's not exactly ideal, but it'll work. It'd be nicer to have it closer to the center here. Alright, well, this is fine. It'll work. Set up our electrolyzer right here. We will need power, make it out of gold amalgam. We want to set up our battery before we hit any of this, actually. So let's undo that. And instead, let's hook up our jumbo battery first. Right here will be fine. Yeah, I think I like this. Wire, we'll go with gold amalgam. Hook up this. And we're also going to have this hydrogen generator power a pump, an air pump, and a gas filter. How do we want to do this? There's not quite going to be enough power with this hydrogen generator to power all of this. Is the downside. We also will need to worry about rising hydrogen in here over time. Alright, ventilation, gas filter. I think we're just going to set it up over here. And we're going to have a gas pipe. It can be made out of pretty much anything. Igneous rock is fine. That's going to come over here. This is going to go up. And then this is going to deposit out here. Alright, looks good. Hook this up with some power. Gold amalgam's fine. This is going to be plus 800, but we have 120, 240, 240, and then this is another 120, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Renewable energy, off you go. Okay, this is all hooked up now. We also, if we like, can include a way to jumpstart this. Filtered element will be hydrogen. Pump out into this hydrogen generator. Let's check the ventilation again. Yeah, that works. Power relay, that works. Now let's get some insulated tile, ceramic, right up here. How's the plumbing? We need to link this up. That's no problem. Plumbing, insulated liquid pipe, ceramic. Alright. Not the cleanest setup, but it works. There are much more compact designs, but this gives us space to come in and do stuff if we need to. Any diver's lungs? Nope. I'm telling you, I'm only taking the best, the finest, the diver's lungs. We've accepted some pretty bad dupes just because they had diver's lungs. It's not exactly a great strategy we're employing here. Alright. And in this area, we could just do something like igneous rock. Nah. I think we're going to stick with insulated tile and igneous rock. Something like this. We're just going to have a vent, high pressure vent ultimately, but we'll stick with a gas vent for now. And that's where we're going to put our hot oxygen. Just going to pump it down into here. How are we doing? Still need more food. Eventually this crop will harvest. We'll have a big infusion of food. Could also use... I think we're fine-ish on oxygen. We're doing alright. Okay. So, I kind of want to replace this with igneous tile as well. And we are going to set up just a manual generator down here to kickstart this whole thing. We're playing with a little bit of fire here, in that we need to get this kick-started before we and then disconnect this basically, but I think we'll be fine. Let's include some airlocks just right here, just to discourage the heat from escaping out. Do you need more ceramic? No clay, huh? Alright, well, we knew this day would come. Dig out our clay. We just really don't have a lot of swamp biome on this map, it seems. At least not near us to get the clay from, which is a little awkward. Alright, so our oxygen room is almost set up. We have a little manual generator to kickstart things. We're gonna have igneous rock to separate that out. And then we are just going to, I suppose, sweep up this. But also dig ourselves out, sort of a better area here to work with. We still want insulated tile, we're fine with igneous rock though. We are going to set up like this. Perfect. Sweep all this up. So, plumbing and power. Suppose these could be liquid pipes. Let's make them insulated liquid pipes, though, and make them out of igneous rock. Just in case we change our minds. Get that set up. We do have some polluted oxygen left in here. We'd kind of like to get all that out. Alright, research. What's next on the list? Solid transport, why not? Fact, how much do we care about having this here? Probably not a great deal. Let's actually get rid of that. And instead, just set it right here. Okay. Power. Some more gold amalgam wire. Yeah, we need to be careful about when we kickstart this. We don't want to damage these wires, which will ultimately happen because of the way that we have things set up. Mining out the abyssalite. Man, abyssalite used to be super overpowered, and now it's practically useless. It's like a nice natural insulator, but that's about it. Alright, if it's in a position that's useful to you, then sure, go for it, but otherwise. We're gonna leave this as an airlock, because eventually we will need to flush this out of hydrogen. It'll slowly accumulate. That's a problem for another time, though. Okay, so our farm's up and going. We harvested it. We got some more edible stuff. This is starting to fill up. Let's kick that can down the road. That's all we're doing with all these problems, just kicking them down the road until we have better answers. Still need to finish up this piping and wiring. Yeah, this area is heating up. Has all this water to absorb the heat though, so I'm not too worried. Are we just like not gathering the sleet wheat? It's possible. There's not much just around. Alright, so this area is going to heat up. But we have a good amount of time to figure out how we're doing this. Okay, so let's, in addition, sweep up pretty much all this. And in case we need more storage for that, let's just plop a few down up here. We're just basically turning this area into a vacuum right now because we don't have this hooked up. which is fine. Let's set this threshold to something like 10% for now. Jobs mastered, huh? Oh, great. So we can set you as a rancher now. And we'll be able to do our ranches, finally. We have a little bit bigger fish to fry at the moment, but eventually. So this heat shield is all the way up now. We're slowly getting these areas cooled. We still have another research. Yeah, they're working on solid transport. Perfect. All right, I think I'm going to cap the episode here. We have basically our oxygen generation set up, all ready to go. We're going to copy these settings and apply them here. Have our oxygen generation set up all ready to go. Right now it's just kind of pumping out the air that's already here. We've basically made a vacuum. And we're going to turn that on in the next episode. As soon as we get this cool slush geyser thing sorted out, we basically just have to dig out this area and then seal this up, and we should be all set to go. Okay, so I think that's it. I'm going to cut the episode here, and I'll see you guys next time.